Good evening and welcome to Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. I'm Ayodeji Makinde. Leaders of the Southeast Zone have dissociated the region from the secessionist agitations in the zone, reaffirmed their commitment to the unity of the country, and condemned the destruction of critical public infrastructure in the region and other places. This was the outcome of a strategic meeting by the governors and leaders of the zone in Enugu to articulate the stand and demands of the Southeast for presentation to the president. Susan Eze has the details.
Its leaders, who totally denounced every secessionist movement and groups in the region, maintained that leaders of the zone have been vocal about their commitment to a united Nigeria, anchored on justice, equity and fairness.
We condemn in totality the activities of violent secessionist groups in Southeast and elsewhere. We firmly proclaim that we do not support them. They do not speak for Southeast. The impression that Southeast leaders are silent over some of our youth agitation for secession is not correct. Southeast governors, Ohanese president, and her leadership, National Assembly members and her leadership from Southeast, notable leaders from Southeast, had come out publicly many times in the past, including ministers from Southeast, to speak against such agitations. In order not to mismanage the unfortunate situation we found ourselves, Southeast leaders have set up a committee to engage such youths to stop and allow the elders of Southeast to address their fears. Number 8, meeting directed our governors and Ohanese Ndibo to liaise with indigenes from northern part of Nigeria and other indigenes of other regions that are living in Southeast to come out openly and to assure their people and of course the nation Nigeria that they are very safe and well protected while living in Southeast.
In the 9-point communique read by the chairman of the Southeast Governors Forum and governor of Ebonyi State, David Umahi, the leaders condemned the killing of security agents and civilians and the burning of public infrastructure, and requested that security agents discharge their duties within the rules of engagement and the law. The leaders promised to protect everyone living in the region, irrespective of their origin, and urged leaders in other zones to do the same.
We, the Igbos, do reaffirm our commitment to one united Nigeria under a platform of justice, equality of rights, fairness, love, and respect for one another. We have noted threats by some groups in some other regions against our people of Southeast, while we firmly promise to protect everyone either from our own region or other regions living in our places. We plead with the leaders of other regions to please note the threats to our people and to please address the threats to our people and to protect them. We request our National Assembly members from Southeast to please support state police creation in the ongoing constitutional amendments.
The meeting set up committees that will hold further engagements and produce a document that will represent the decisions of the zone. In Enugu, Susan Eze, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Nigerians are again being advised to consider the peace and unity of the country as a patriotic project that needs to be nurtured irrespective of religious or tribal differences. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Ita Enang, stated this at a national dialogue in Akwa Ibom State to sensitize citizens towards national unity and security in Nigeria. Kelvin Samuel reports that the meeting, which is at the instance of civil liberty organizations, has stakeholders drawn from the different political class and tribal leaders in the states.
Of recent, there have been voices of some national leaders breathing out, inciting words against other ethnic and religious groups, which has resulted to the taking of arms by the youth. This situation necessitated a one-day national dialogue organized by the Office of the Senior Special Advisor to the President on Niger Delta Affairs in partnership with civil liberties organizations as a platform to enable stakeholders bear their minds on various issues affecting the nation.
I will say that this government is out and it is coming at the right time.
In olden days, if you want to join military or police, you will go to the paramount ruler. They will check whether you are from the lineage of stealing, and he will give his letter, his confirmation, before they will take you.
Mistrust among the ethnic groups of this country, Nigeria, more especially the major groups.
The organizers insist that the problems confronting the nation can be solved amicably through dialogue, while calling on the youth to put down the arms and give peace a chance.
Every 4, 5, 6 years, whether you have, it doesn't need to be in the constitution, whether you call it referendum by whatever, let the people sit, talk, drink tea, and understand themselves.
When thoroughly appraised, no other day fits the bill as Democracy Day than June 12th.
The one-day national dialogue, which has as its theme democracy, security, and unity of Nigeria, ended with a refreshed hope and faith towards the unity of the nation. In Uyo, Kevin Samuel, NTA News.
Imams from the 19 northern states and the Federal Capital Territory have converged on Abuja for 2 days to cross-fertilize ideas towards proffering solutions to contemporary social and security challenges in the country. Chairman Committee of FCT Imams Initiative and the lead speaker at the extraordinary conference, Sheikh Tajuddin Muhammad Bello, says Imams are partners in nation building and should not be relegated to the background. Abdullahi Ajia has more from the scholarly engagements.
It was a gathering of enlightened minds with a strong representation from the academia and the pulpits, converging for the first time with an intent to reassess and mirror their roles as imams and leaders of thoughts, who are always in the vanguard to mold and shape morals. Speakers in the thought-provoking papers took turns to dissect the issues which bordered around unity of imams and restoring the glory of imams and the pulpit in line with the tradition of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. This is in addition to reminding the clerics of their God-given roles and qualities of sincerity, generosity, and embodiment of knowledge and humility.
Imams should be role model in terms of showing their followers by practice that they are peacemakers.
Positively engaging incumbent leaders on good governance and supporting their effort towards the attainment of security. Preaching the fear of Allah and inculcating in people values of peaceful coexistence and sacredness of life and properties.
Scholars also identified that imams are key in peace mainstreaming and reorientation of the citizenry in supporting nation building, particularly at this trying time of national challenges, highlighting that the imams represent hope to the common people.
They have played a vital role in seeing that some of the policy of government, particularly as it relates to FCT, is being implemented.
It is about, coming together to unite for the benefit of the country in general.
The committee of FCT Imams has been in existence for 17 years and they have made several achievements which are worth sharing with imams of other sections of this country.
What I have learned is the power and the strength that is in unity.
Deputy Minister represented and the Minister of Communication and Digital Economy commended the Committee of FCT Imams initiative for organizing the program that is capable of uniting the Ummah and curbing social vices through preaching of the scholars, suggesting the model for all states to emulate. Abdullahi Ajia, NTA News.
Now, fathers have been enjoined to be spiritually active in building their homes while they continue to enjoy the support of their spouses. This forms the thrust of sermons as churches commemorate the 2021 Father's Day celebration. Deborah Gazajimaika brings us the fascinating moments of activities in some churches in Abuja.
This white apparel sets the tone for the Father's Day celebration at the First Baptist Church. The clergy says the role of fathers as physical and spiritual heads of their families should be expressed on their news.
Father is an expression of prayer, one who kneels and prays. And we were looking at Isaac in the Bible.
See that prayer work miraculously.
Our fathers don't really have enough time to take care of their children.
Being called fathers, we should not forget the responsibility. And as children of God, the primary responsibility of the father is prayer.
In another church service, clergymen re-emphasized the need for fathers to checkmate the actions of their children to eradicate societal ills in the country.
Calling on all fathers worldwide to lead their family by example, treat their family well.
I expected to do what we should do as parents and leave the rest to God.
Some fathers in the church volunteer free healthcare services to members of the church in a bid to commemorate this year's Father's Day.
Social health services are just simple services that they need on a daily basis.
We are tests for them, we are checking them for diabetes, we are checking for blood pressure.
There has been a lack of formation or a deficiency in how children should be formed.
The celebration climaxed with thanksgiving to God for the gift of fathers to all families. Deborah Gazajimaika, NTA News.
Joining us now in the studio is a senior pastor with the Family Faith Revival Church, Abuja, Dr. Abraham Bredforth, who is going to talk about the essence of Father's Day. You're welcome to Nationwide on the NTA.
Thank you very much.
Now let's start this. So what makes today a very unique day?
Well, you know, fathers are the leaders at the head of the families. And celebrating fathers is a very unique event. Because fathers are the head, they're the one who is in charge of the homes, are responsible for the upbringing and the care of the family.
Now tell me, what is a man to his family, particularly when he's regarded as the breadwinner who has to defend the home against external aggression?
Yeah, the role of man in the family cannot be overemphasized. You know, from the beginning, God created man and made man to be in charge of the Garden of Eden. From beginning, man had been in charge, responsible for leadership role in the family to ensure that the children, the wife, are well catered for, shelter, provisions, sense of security, and upbringing of the entire family.
Moving on now, in the face of insecurity and other social vices, where are fathers in all of these, especially in solving these challenges for national development?
This is where the major issue is. Today, many fathers have failed in their roles in the family because nation begins from family. If the fathers have no time to take care of their children for moral upbringing, not just academic upbringing, feeding them, caring for them. What are the moral aspects of it? That's why you see today in the society, you see children have become kidnappers, armed robbers, all manner of social vices because the fathers have failed to play their role in the family. So, as a matter of fact, for me, I'm a father. Today we celebrated Father Day in our church, and fathers were prayed for to be responsible to their roles as fathers. Father has the responsibility to ensure that the children are well trained in the area of moral upbringing and monitor the lifestyle of their children, correct them when necessary, and there's a word that says, don't spare the rod and spoil the child. So today in our society, fathers have been very busy, run up and down, looking for money, business and politics, they have no time for their family. So many fathers, majority of fathers have failed in their role of upbringing of their children. That's why you see today in Nigeria and some part of the world, the society is so bad because the family role have disappointed the society. The family have failed to play their role. But it is families that make up the society. It is family that make up the nation. The state, the community is families. So if families have done their work, the fathers have played their role as a father in the area of moral upbringing, discipline of the children, cultivating the real values of life, the children will grow up in the fear of God. And when there's a fear of God, you see there will be sanity in that society.
Dr. Abraham Bradford, I'd like to thank you for coming on Nationwide. Thank you for coming, sir.
Thank you.
I've been conversing with Dr. Abraham Bradford, who is a senior pastor with the Family Faith Revival Church in Abuja here on the 2021 Father's Day celebration. Let's move on the news and tell you that Governor Abubakar Atiku Bagudu of Kebbi State has declared an incisive onslaught against bandits in the state, using the Invincible Yantauri and local hunter groups to support security agencies in the rescue operation of the FGC abducted students. Usman Abdullahi Shehu reports that the governor made the declaration while receiving the groups in Kebbi.
Governor Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, together with his counterparts, the Ekiti State Governor and the Chairman Nigeria Governors Forum, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, and the Jigawa State Governor Muhammadu Badaru Abubakar, who were in the state capital to sympathize with the government and the people of the state over the FGC Birnin Yawuri student abduction, received the local hunters and Entauri group in their hundreds, who informed the governor of their resolve to join in the search and rescue operation of the remaining abducted students.
The security agents, we are ready to cooperate with them by all means.
As a chief security officer of the state, Governor Bagudu emotionally expressed readiness to lead the onslaught of the criminals to rescue the remaining abducted students.
We will go out there, and like I promise you, on the day we move out, I will not be in the office. I will join you in the field. It's not weapon that win war. It's the will that bad people cannot triumph. Go back to your communities and mobilize, because I will get clearance from security and we'll meet them on the field.
And inshallah, we shall defeat them. The bandits shall be annihilated. Our children will be recovered.
The governor also acknowledged the effort and commitment of the security agencies to rescue the remaining students. Usman Abdullahi Shehu.
On the ground now in Yari Town to give us an update on the situation there is Shehu Muhammad Datti. What more can you tell us about the mood in the town at the moment?
All right, thank you very much. The mood of the town is still calm. I was in Benue Yawuri this morning. I was reliably informed that the principal has left to Benue Kebbi to bring back the 3 members of staff and 5 students that escaped through Zuru and were taken to Benue Kebbi. I believe he's on his way back to Yawuri after picking them from Benue Kebbi. We equally reliably had it that 2 other students escaped through Ripa and 1 through Salka, and have been reunited with their families since yesterday. They are in good health. They were not taken to the hospital. They were picked by a good Samaritan, and graciously they took them to their family. As at now, officially we have 8 students and 3 members of staff that escaped from the bandits. And currently, the security operatives are engaging the bandits in trying to rescue the abducted students. This is the situation so far.
Now, what level of assurances do people have after the statements by the governor of Kebbi State on this rescue operation?
Pardon? I didn't hear
What level of assurances are the people having after the statements by the governor of Kebbi State?
Okay, actually they are happy with the move by the government and equally the security operatives. Like this afternoon, I was in NASCO where I met with the family and one of the students that was shot on the buttocks. I had an interview with them. The father expressed gratitude to security operators and indeed the management and government of Kebbi State for what they have done to at least ensure that the boy is taken to the hospital and are given medication. His mom too was graciously appealing for more support so that the boy will have a better medication. It's still calm, no rise up and what have you, they are still appreciating and hopeful that their children will come back to them safe.
We'd like to appreciate you, Sheikh Mohammed Datti, for the updates on what's ongoing at the moment in Yauri, and we wish the students a quick rescue operation, those involved in the rescue operation, the best in their operation. Thank you once again.
All right. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Now it's time to join Adeola in our Lagos Network Center for the continuation of Nationwide. Hello, Adeola. Good evening.
Hello, Ayo. Good evening to you too. Well, let's begin with saying Happy Father's Day to Nigerian fathers. Now, 4 roads in Ikoyi with a combined length of 4,347 meters have been added to the list of regenerated and upgraded roads in Lagos. Musa Toliat reports that the roads upgraded by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu are located in Etiosa Local Council Development Area of the state.
Generated and upgraded roads are the 1,499 kilometer Thompson Avenue with 10.3 meters carriageway width, 928 meters long Milverton Road, 760 meter McDonald Road, and Latif Jakonde Road spanning 580 meters long.
There is no way you can reduce traffic or journey time if they do not have walking and motorable roads where we can reduce journey time, where people can have a better experience within a neighborhood. And that's why we've done this with covered drainage. We should ensure that we keep the aesthetics of this neighborhood. We'll continue to keep it clean.
Prior to the rehabilitation work, the road network was in a deplorable state and needless loss of man-hours was the order of the day.
These roads, as you can see, are completed and readily connect the sprawling estates around the axis. Aside providing the access to several other roads such as Alawali Daudu Street, Rumens and Knoxton roads, it's also a strategic link road to other areas within the heart of Ikoyi.
This sustainable growth, sustainable infrastructural growth will bring the needed economic benefit to our state.
And like Oliver Twist, we'll just remind you that Queen's Drive, Oyinkan, Abayomi Road is there.
Governor Sanwo-Olu thereafter reassured residents of Ikoyi that arrangements have been finalized to start reconstruction work on additional roads. They are Cooper Road, McPherson Road, Oyinkan Abayomi, and Queen's Drive. In Lagos, Musa Toliad, NTA News.
The African Continental Free Trade Agreement promises to deliver huge opportunities for investors, but stimulating the consciousness of women to tap from these benefits, especially as it relates to the maritime ecospace, is paramount. This is why a women group is exploring the opportunities for women trading in Africa. Michael Olaleye reports.
Taking a cue from the International Maritime Organization's records that only 2% of world's 1.2 million seafarers are women, Western Nigeria has been leading advocacy for gender parity and proffering solutions on challenging maritime issues. Scholarship facilitation for female students and securing sea-time training are some of the measures key players say will address the inequality.
On the issue of molestation, I want to say that it's very, very insignificant. No captain of a vessel will tolerate a female seafarer or a female cadet to be molested because they will be blacklisted and they would lose their license.
Complementary to this is exploring the Continental Free Trade Agreement with the hope of leveraging on ready-made financing platforms to help women grow their businesses.
We are happy that Nigeria has keyed in and embraced the African Continental Free Trade Agreement and presently sensitizing the various stakeholders in public and private sectors. Western Nigeria 2021 Business Luncheon has the theme, the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, investment opportunities with significant responsibilities to generating desirable political and implementing the strategies.
The intervention transcends business opportunities, but also include support against any form of child labor and abuses. In Lagos, Michael Olaleye, NTA News.
You're still watching the NTA Nationwide News. We will take a break. More stories when we return. Please stay with us.
My name is Boss Mustafa, the Secretary to the Government and the Chairman of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19. I've just had the rare privilege of taking my first dose of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, and I can tell you that we are doing very well in terms of our response and the administration of the vaccines all over the country. As strategic leaders, we are supposed to lead by example, and the President did precisely that on Saturday with the Vice President, and we are continuing in that particular direction. The essence of taking these vaccines is to help us really fight this COVID-19 virus, and the combination of the non-pharmaceutical measures and the vaccine is the way to go in 2021 and thereafter.
Revision classes on television for students in secondary schools in English and mathematics will commence on the NTA. Wednesday, 16th June 2021. The revision classes will transmit Mondays to Fridays from 5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. on the network service of the NTA. This is organized in preparation for the various national examinations and orders. This is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Education.
Glad you're still there. The resilience of refugees, migrants and internally displaced persons in Lagos State is paying off and gradually translating into wealth as they are now reaping the gains of the numerous investments by the federal government. These achievements are products of togetherness which resonates with the theme for this year's World Refugee Day. Michael Olaleye reports.
From brutal attack in the poorest province of Mozambique to the adverse effect of COVID-19 and climate change, more than 80 million people are currently displaced globally. Ade Roland is one of them. He was not born physically challenged, but an unfair victim of conflict in Cameroon. He lost everything, but not his life. And with the tiny thread of hope left, is maximizing the opportunity given.
Where I am now, I do not believe. I was not supposed to be here, but it's because of my handwork.
Just like Ade, the only thing 44-year-old Antoinette Traoré could remember to peak in the heat of the crisis in Mali in 2013 is her baby boy. Today, Sidi Koulibaly is 14.
Before they carry and waka, and now some people they call me, then they come see me for my place, come by.
The federal government, through the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, is using this platform to showcase the strength of refugees and further seek for more assistance.
Part of what government is also doing is in the area of refugee health insurance scheme. We are taking care of them.
To showcase their resilience, that they are not just receiving aid, they are doing something.
The theme for this year's World Refugee Day is Together We Heal, Learn and Shine. In Lagos, Michael Olale, NTA News.
With me to discuss more on World Refugee Day is the Director, Refugees and Migrants Affairs, National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, Hassan Tai Ejibono. You're welcome to Nationwide.
Thank you.
Now, World Refugee Day is an occasion to build empathy and understanding for the plight of those involved. Now, how is the Commission healing the wounds of people forced to flee their homes?
Well, thank you for this opportunity. The World Refugee Day is a day designated by the United Nations to celebrate and show empathy for these persons of concerns who are made to flee their country to seek refuge where they can have comfort. Nigeria has been good to refugees, and United Nations on several occasions has applauded the country as one of the countries that are receptive to refugees globally. Nigeria has been able to ensure that these people are integrated into the society in line with the theme of this year's celebration, which is Together We Learn, We Shine and Heal. Some of them, the theme, the learn is that they should be allowed to further their education, they should have access to health and shine, and they should be involved in sporting activities. We also made, at least you can hear the testimony from one of the refugees that they are able to build their life in coming to Nigeria. Some of them fled their countries with nothing, but now in Nigeria, they'll be able to be integrated and to continue with their lives. Nigeria has been good to them, and the Commission, be the lead agency of Nigeria that attends to their welfare, their well-being, is putting them in the livelihood support. Each time we are doing a program, each time we are doing events, we ensure that they are carried along. I remember I've been to Lagos and Ijebu to have interaction with them. That is what we call town hall meetings with refugees. We bring them together, whereby we interact, they will tell them their problems, and we provide solutions to solve these problems.
With these efforts, we know that there are many Nigerians out there on exile, and there's so other many non-Nigerians also were in the country on exile. Are there efforts to possibly bring back some of these Nigerians that are ready to come back home and reintegrate them into the society?
Yeah. You know, at the moment, such things are done at tripartite level. When you want to bring your citizens who are out there as refugees in another country, it is done at tripartite level with United Nations High Commission, the country where they are domiciled, and their country of origin. Right now, we've started the operation of bringing back Nigerians who are refugees in Cameroon. We started that by starting with tripartite agreement under the auspices of the United Nations High Commission for Refugee, both in Nigeria and Cameroon. And we have just received a note verbal from UNHCR that Niger Republic, they are desirous of signing a tripartite agreement with us to ensure that Nigerians who are out there as refugees are brought back home. And it is the desire of this government. President Muhammadu Buhari has given a marching order to the National Commission for Refugees to ensure that all Nigerians who are refugees outside Nigeria are brought home in dignity and safety. And the Commission is not resting on its house. We are trying our best to ensure we achieve that and keep to the presidential directive.
We'd like to wish you the very best in your endeavor to also show many Nigerians love and get many refugees back to where they belong. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much for this opportunity, and happy World Refugee Day to all.
Surely we've been discussing about the 2021 World Refugee Day, and I've been speaking with the Director, Refugee and Migrant Affairs in the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons. That's Hassan Tai Ejibono on the World Refugee Day. Let's also tell you that Governor Samuel Otom has disclosed that 14 men who are alleged accomplices of the late Ghana have been shot dead Saturday in Katsina Ala. The governor disclosed this when he attended a church service in Makudi. Charles Abba reports.
The governor stated that 20 of the gunmen attempted to release some of their gang members in detention at a police station in Katsina Ala local government area on Sunday morning. He explained that during a gun duel with policemen, 14 out of the bandits were fatally wounded and the rest escaped with bullet wounds.
Some of them one of the very good was bought. And this included some of the people they went there to do because they were also caught in the fight. So that is good news. For a very long time I don't have this type of good news. And so I give you.
The governor, who appreciated the security agencies for their efforts, urged Benue people not to relent in cooperating with security operatives in divulging useful information to enable them to effectively fight criminality in the state. In Makudi, Charles Abba, NTA News.
Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps inaugurates Rapid Response Squad in Kano. For details of this and more, let's join Salamatu in our Kaduna Network Center. Good evening, Salamatu. Network Center. Good evening, Salamatu.
Good evening, Ayo Deji, and a warm welcome to Kaduna. Kano State Command of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps has inaugurated Rapid Response Squad as part of efforts to address security challenges bedeviling the country. Our Salisu reports that the initiative is to respond to all forms of crime and criminalities in real and quick time. The report.
The Rapid Response Squad is to adhere strictly to the standard operating procedures in line with the international best practices. This is to reinvigorate their intelligence gathering capabilities in order to address security challenges bedeviling the country. The team is also saddled with the responsibility of ensuring prompt and timely intervention in times of emergencies. The 25-man gallant squad, who are determined to achieving the desired objectives, will undergo a special training at the 3 Brigade Nigerian Army Bukavu Barrack.
Their presence will be a source of comfort 24 hours. And after perfection of their training, you will see them with your own eyes as they move gallantly, as they move to protect the defenseless.
Meanwhile, 75 personnel were deployed across the 35 jam centers in the state to detect any unwanted object and check malpractices during the examinations. In Kano, Awwal Salisu, NTA News.
Still on security, Nigerian armed forces have been charged to respect the rules of engagement in the ongoing fight against the nation's security challenges. Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Zubairu Gambo, gave the charge at the graduation of 91 junior corps officers of Armed Forces Command and Staff College, Jaji, Kaduna. Muhammad Umarajingi reports.
Of prevailing security challenges in the country and complex nature of operations necessitates regular training for members of armed forces and sister agencies.
I have no doubt that learning has occurred.
In consonance with its strategic place in military training, Armed Forces Command and Staff College Jaji played host to the 235 junior officers comprising 60 naval officers, 40 from Air Force, 105 Army officers, and 7 foreign students for training on leadership skills, joint and combined operations, information sharing, disaster management, among other skills necessary for combating threats to security of lives and property at the tactical level.
For officers of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, your sense of judgment in applying these skills will even be more useful now than ever, bearing in mind the contemporary security challenges confronting our country. In this regard, you must uphold the highest standards of discipline vis-à-vis character, integrity, excellence, service, and teamwork as well as respect for the rule of law and human rights in your service to the nation.
Chief of the Naval Staff also encouraged the junior officers to put to good use knowledge acquired during the training. 12 out of the 235 graduates are females. In Kaduna, I'm Muhammad Umarajingi, NTA News.
And that completes our package from here. Jenny in our Port Harcourt Network Center is standing by with more stories from that end, but after this timeout. Stay with us.
Euro 2020 is here. Enjoy all the matches live on Star Times for only 1,700 naira monthly or 160 naira per day. Recharge now to enjoy all the matches. Watch Cristiano Ronaldo of Portugal, Mbappe of France, Lukaku of Belgium, and other top European football stars. No matter where you are, Star Times is here for you. You can enjoy all these matches on your mobile phone. Just download Star Times on app on your phone to watch all the matches for 1,000 naira monthly or 400 naira weekly. Recharge today with 1,700 naira monthly or 160 naira daily. That's right, you heard me. On Star Times, you can watch all the matches with monthly subscription of 1,700 naira or daily subscription of 160 naira. Terms and conditions apply. Star Times, enjoy digital life.
Nigerian youths are about the greatest assets the country has at the moment. It is therefore not surprising that the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari is strategically responding to the yearnings of the youth through multiple projects and programs. Youth Entrepreneurship Support Years by Bank of Industry, the Youth Investment Fund by the CBN, and several other conditional cash transfer programs. Recruitment of 774,000 social workers, majority of whom are youths, and so many other projects that are beneficial to youths directly or indirectly. If the administration can do all this, definitely with a degree of patience and time, it can achieve more. Nigerian youths must come together to say no to terrorism, no to vandalism, and no to all disruptive tendencies. Hashtag Youth for Greater Nigeria. Pacifying the youths, unifying the nation.
The much anticipated UEFA Euro 2021 is finally here. Can Portugal defend the title they won 4 years ago as they face world champions France, Europe giants Germany, Spain, Italy and England? Catch all the action via live transmission, in-depth studio analysis, fixtures, results, updates, and lots more on NTA, Africa's largest TV network. For sponsorship and advert placement, contact Bola on 08037044286 or Idris on 08034633644. This broadcast is proudly brought to you by NTA in partnership with Media Business Solutions, MBS Sports.
Welcome to Port Harcourt. The post-primary education sector in Rivers State is witnessing a boost with the addition of 2 secondary schools in Eleme and Oyibo local government areas. Former Deputy Senate President Ibrahim Mantu described this fulfillment of Governor Nyesom Wike's social contract with the citizens as worthy of emulation. Ogedi Nyekwere reports.
The inauguration of the Etio and Obapo community secondary schools in Eleme and Oyibo local government areas have been described as a demonstration of the premium Governor Wike-led administration places on the provision of quality education in the state.
Seeing is believing. Having seen and participated in commissioning these life-changing projects, we are now like Jehovah's Witnesses, witnesses of the great strides Governor Wike has taken to transform the lives of the Rivers people from poverty to prosperity.
Similarly, the chairman PDP Board of Trustees, Senator Walid Jubril, while inaugurating the Etio Community Secondary School, lauded the efforts of the Rivers State government towards ensuring that its social contract with the citizens is a promise kept.
This is also one of the numerous community development being given to the people of Rivers State.
We are not only focusing on roads, we are also focusing on health, and we're also focusing on education. The Commissioner of Education did say this, of course, will improve access to quality education.
The two community secondary schools are built and equipped with modern facilities that will aid teaching and learning. In Obiakpo, Oyibo local government area of Rivers State, Ogedinyekwere, NTA News.
Wife of the Cross River State Governor, Dr. Linda Ayade, is suing for behavioral change and adoption of new approaches to national issues in order to restore the peace and dignity of the nation. Dr. Linda Ayade said this at the Cross River State episode of Women Prayer for Peace and Security. Justin Item was there.
The frightening dimension of insecurity in the country has called for new approaches to nip the menace in the bud. For this, Cross River State women, seeking divine intervention is part of the measures that will quell the situation.
There's going to be a turnaround. That is what God desires.
Wife of the Cross River State Governor, Dr. Linda Ayade, says the prayer session is part of steps by the Nigerian Governor's Wives Forum to restore sanity in the country.
It's very important that women should come together and cry to the Father when they see that things are going wrong with their children. Women are mothers of the nation. We're also calling of those who take the decisions to please sit down now and take decisions to stem these things, to stop this tide.
Paramount among security issues that the women are seeking God's intervention are problems of kidnapping, sodomy, banditry, and more.
I can assure you that we're going to be seeing so many results of this prayer.
We're going to be continually do it. It will go a long way to affect or to impact the lives of our national leaders.
It is hopeful that with the supplication of these women, God will restore peace, sanctity for human lives and dignity of the nation. In Calabar, Justina Etam.
And that's it from Port Harcourt. Ayo is back to you in Abuja.
Jenny. Let's also serve you another story by telling you that an officer of a law enforcement agency has been arrested for selling assorted illicit drugs to students of a federal university and cultists in Ogun State. A statement by the Director of Media and Advocacy of the NDLEA, Femi Babafemi, the drug dealer who serves in the Lagos State Command of the security agency, was arrested on the 15th of June 2021 after days of surveillance on his wife's shop, which he uses as a sales point in the camp area of Abeokuta. He was arrested alongside his salesman with different illicit substances to include 6 pinches of Colorado, weighing 1.17 gram, 17 bottles of codeine, 22.26 grams of cannabis, 230.98 grams of tramadol, and 61 tablets of Refnol and 6 drops, among others. Meanwhile, a Nigerian returning was arrested at the Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos, with 5 pellets of heroin weighing 250 grams inserted in his bowel upon stepping into the arrival hall of the airport on 14th June via Turkish airline from Pakistan. Other arrests were 5 suspects with 77.23 kilogram of cannabis sativa, 211.50 kilogram of skunk, and 15.3 grams of cocaine. For more reports now, let's go over to our Maiduguri Network Center where Abubakar is standing by. Hello, Abubakar. It's good to see you again.
Hi, Ayodeji. It's good to see you too, and thank you for joining us. Now, new theater commander joined Task Force Northeast Operation Hadinkai. Major General Christopher Musa says a lot of strategies will be evolved in the ongoing counterinsurgency war to finally rid the zone of terrorism. The new theater commander stated this shortly after taking over from the outgoing commander, Major General Felix Omoigui. Memuna Garba completes the story.
The new theater commander joined Task Force Northeast Operation Hadinkai. Major General Christopher Musa said a lot of initiatives will be injected into the war, especially now that the theater is getting all the necessary assistance that will help the troops execute the war properly, while recognizing the role of the media in the counter-insurgency war. The new theater commander called for collective support towards ending the Boko Haram crisis.
We, on our part, want to ensure we bring this menace to a logical conclusion within the shortest possible time. The adversaries are evolving, will keep on evolving until we ensure that we terminate everyone that is opposing our victory.
The outgoing acting theater commander, Major General Felix Omoigui, said he is optimistic that the new theater commander will defeat the insurgents, considering his doggedness and commitment.
The new theater commander, what he has seen here on ground, what he has met, what he has inherited, the troops and equipment he has inherited, he will be able to bring this war to an immediate end.
General Omoigui had addressed troops of the command, calling on them to continue to be professional, maintain their discipline and be committed to the war, stressing that the counter-insurgency war must be won. In Maiduguri, Maimuna Garba, NTA News.
Away from security matters to a humanitarian issue now. Over 500 women randomly selected across the 27 local government areas of Borno State have benefited from power generating set and cash support each, courtesy of the National Center for Women Development. The gesture, according to the Director General Asabe Vilita Bashir, is part of the 5 days innovation and women empowerment series under COVID-19 empowerment program. Here are more details of the story. The presentation of the power generating set and cash assistance to the women by the Director General, National Center for Women Development, irrespective of tribe, religion and political differences, was not only to make them economically stable, but to sustain efforts of both the state and federal governments in ameliorating their sufferings, especially the effects of post-COVID-19, while describing women as pillars of strength to the family who should be supported constantly. The Director General warned them against selling the empowerment materials and assured to sustain such benevolence.
This particular intervention is under the President Muhammadu Buhari's intervention to cushion the effects of post-COVID-19. This particular exercise is taking place in 18 states across the Federation. We have selected 3 states in every zone.
Representative of wife of Borno State Governor and other personalities at the event acknowledged efforts of the Director General for bringing livelihood support to the doorsteps of the women. The beneficiaries, who were full of appreciation to Dr. Asabe Vilita Bashir, assured to use the items effectively towards eradicating poverty. You're on to Nationwide from Maiduguri. It's now time to return to Ayodeji in Abuja. Do enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Thank you, Abubakar. Back here now, let's join Tamara Ebiwe for sports updates.